I love being who I am now. I've always said my life began when I was 40. It's very true. I'm more confident than I've ever been in my life. Yeah, I'm just more sure of myself.
I don't think I've always loved myself. I've experienced different ups and downs. I had a period of my time where I went through depression. But once I found myself again, I'm enjoying myself, yes.
Life gets better as you get older. You understand that you make mistakes, and they mostly don't really matter. I'm far stronger and fitter than I've ever been in my life, and I'm now 61. So it's never too late to start looking after your own body, however you decide to do it.
Because we live down here in this lovely county of Cornwall, we're blessed with having plenty of coastal walks and countryside. There's so much I want to do. There's so many places I want to visit. I don't ever want to run out of time. And I want to do everything. The good things about getting older is that you don't worry the same. Your fear isn't quite the same. But having said that, really, something like incontinence, well, quite frankly, you can do without.
Okay, should we try it? What I'd like you to do is try it with knees bent. So we're going to start with taking the arms up into that rib cage.
I love to work with my clients, so I love to get into the studio, and I can't wait in the mornings to get in there and start teaching.
Relax. Now, watch this. So we're going to go the same way, but we're going to lift up onto that shoulder.
I think we can always do something to help ourselves, and it's being able to teach tricks to people that they can go, oh, I didn't know I could do that. I didn't know I could feel better.
Into all these little stabilizing muscles. Have your feet...
Although I feel physically quite strong, from my mid-30s, I have noticed massive changes. The first thought is, gosh, this only happens to mothers and grandmothers.
You think there's something kind of different about you.
You think, oh, I shouldn't be having stress incontinence. I shouldn't be incontinent at my age. I must be getting old and I'm not in control anymore. Having leaked through my trousers, I was feeling really annoyed, frustrated, that I was thinking, you know, what if my kids want to go running off down the park? I can't follow them because I'm going to keep worrying about it. You know, kids are so excited about a new place in Bristol, which is just full of trampolines everywhere. And us mums go, oh, don't say to go because we can't do it. And the kids are, come and jump with us. Nope. You end up missing out because it would be fun to jump around with the kids on the trampoline, but
you find yourself watching people doing things that you can't do. You think to yourself, hang on a minute, I didn't sign up for this. I don't want to be the smelly lady. If I was out and I did have an accident, I would be mortified. That would really, really upset me. I thought I was going to be this young, yummy mummy. Well, how come I got the rum end of the deal?
I've suffered from incontinence all my life. I thought that incontinence was just me. So I didn't want to tell anybody about it. It was private and it was a secret. And I just hoped that it would go away. It became clear that it wouldn't. But I did the right things. I looked after myself and made sure that I wore pads. I became more relaxed about it, but never particularly happy. It's really annoying if you're going out and you wet yourself. I would carry around a spare pair of knickers and a pad, and that made a huge difference doing that.
Incontinence is something that people don't want to speak about, is kept quiet.
It is really hard to open up about incontinence because you just think people are going to judge you.
I wanted to talk about it, definitely. I really wanted to share it with somebody. I suppose really just for someone else to say, it's okay, it's fine.
Okay, so Hilary, pelvic floor issues, any sort of bladder issues, any sensitivities?
My body takes...
In my work, you do come across it a fair amount. Women don't want to feel like they're not in control.
Armpit towards opposite leg.
You know that they are having issues and they'll nod and they go, yes, yeah. And they don't want to say, actually, you know what, it really affects me too. People get embarrassed about talking about bodies. You know, people don't want to talk about periods, or they don't want to talk about developing, or when teenagers grow up, it's very embarrassing to talk about their bodies. I don't know. I've never been embarrassed about talking about bodies because they are just bodies. We all have them and we all have to live in them. They're not perfect things. They are perfect as babies, and then things start developing and changing. Boobs sag. Bums sag. You know, this is part of being an adult, I suppose. And we need to embrace the changes, and it's accepting those imperfections and loving them and going, well, right, so what? It doesn't matter, does it?
When I realised how common incontinence was, I started thinking about it in a different light and accepted it as just part of life.
The first time I had a problem with incontinence, it was a total surprise, but it was because it was a surprise, I laughed about it and told everybody, oh, guess what happened to me? You know, I laughed so much, ha, ha, ha. And then when it happened the second and the third time, it suddenly made me realise, hang on a minute, this wasn't just an accident. The only women that I've discussed this with are my sisters. They're both older than I am and suffer the same problems. So, to be honest, most of the time we laugh about it and, you know, just accept that that's how it is.
It could happen to anybody. It doesn't stop me. I still box on a Saturday. I power walk with friends. Christine, she motivates me, so even if I'm slowing down and we get into conversation and we just start talking girly stuff, she'll say, come on, start walking fast.
I love the company of other women, and if I can have a bit of creativity in my life, then that suits me just fine. The solidarity of women is a very great and sometimes a very underestimated thing. If you feel you can't talk about it, then you don't have that empowerment to do something about it. It's so important for us as women to empower each other. If I can find a way forward with it, then there's no reason that any other woman on the face of the planet couldn't do the same. It's very, very important that we all stick together.
I'm very saddened by the fact that a lot of people keep incontinence secret and are ashamed of it. And I just don't think that they're aware of how many other people there are out there who have it.
I didn't realise just how common it was until you told me the other day. 1 in 3 women, wasn't it? I had no idea it was as common as that.
Talking about it may allow another woman to open up and find that, well, this aren't just not say I'm anything special, but it's hard to talk. It's another woman, at least if another woman's willing to be open about it, I can be open about it too. There's no shame in it.
I think we should go out there and beat the drum and, you know, raise awareness, raise incontinence awareness. Couldn't say that after 2 glasses of wine. But yeah, it's important to let the world know that it is okay.